Hi, I'm Gary Jackson, and I'm here to read the poem Kansas. Kansas, it's love you left, we'll say, when you never come back, for bells for the dead, for the gravestone heads, the only ones that don't keep count. Don't we know it's love that keeps you away, that marks every mile devotion? You would have went to the end with each one, made Orpheus turn back, would have fell, would have leapt, would have left. The living is easy. The leaving is easy. Living with ghosts, it was easy to give up your home to your father, struck with the same grief of living, demanding, what are you going to do with my mama's house? Shorn grass and damp dirt that put me in the middle. I kicked the ground like tires, feeling dumb, without flowers, tokens, grief, anything in my hands. You'll bring me back home, won't you? Stamp it down as if the flat earth could answer. Sometimes this too is love. You left. So, I guess I could say a couple things about the poem. As a poet, I'm so used to just writing about myself, right? Like that's the thing. Poets are narcissists. We love talking about ourselves and our feelings. And I'm certainly no exception to that. However, this poem was kind of an attempt to kind of, for lack of a better phrase, try on my mother's grief instead of my own and explore kind of the complicated reasons why she left her home instead of writing about myself, which my first book kind of does that already pretty clearly. But, it hit me one day that my mother was younger than I am now, or certainly than I am now, but also younger than I was when I first wrote this poem, when she first had to bury her daughter, when my sister died. And not only that, but how young we both were when everyone in our immediate family had passed away except for me and her. Because my mother was raised by her grandparents, not by her parents. And so those people, her daughter, her grandfather, and her grandmother were the people that she grieved the most, and were the people she spent most of her life with. And once they were all gone, she didn't have a reason to stay. And there's this memory that I always go back to where I was 19 or 20. I can't quite remember which, but at the time I was working full time and I was living with my girlfriend at the time, putting myself through college. And my mother came up to me and said basically she was leaving Kansas because she was living on her own too at that time after I moved out. She was just like, I'm getting out of here. She found a job in Dallas, Texas, where she still is. And I just remember her saying, you should leave too as soon as you can. And once I graduated, I did. I think that's all I can say about this poem. I'm sure I could say more, but that's it. I hope you enjoy.